Few leaders in history have left a mark as indelible and awe-inspiring as Alexander the Great. A warrior, a king, and a visionary, he rose from the heart of Macedonia to conquer the known world. But how did a young prince become one of the greatest military commanders in history? Join us as we explore the life, the battles, and the enduring legacy of Alexander the Great. Born in 356 BCE in the ancient city of Pella, Alexander was destined for greatness from the very start. His father, King Philip II of Macedon, was a formidable military leader who not only expanded Macedon's territory, but also laid the foundation for its dominance in the ancient world. Under Philip's rule, the Macedonian army became one of the most powerful forces of its time, setting the stage for future conquests. However, Alexander's path to greatness wasn't shaped by war and strategy alone. He was also deeply influenced by one of history's greatest thinkers, Aristotle. As his personal tutor, Aristotle instilled in Alexander a deep appreciation for philosophy, science, and the arts, shaping his intellect and worldview in ways that would guide his leadership and decisions throughout his life. Aristotle, his personal tutor, played a pivotal role in shaping Alexander's mind, teaching him philosophy, ethics, politics, and science, while also instilling a deep appreciation for critical thinking and knowledge. These lessons planted the seeds of intellectual curiosity that would accompany Alexander throughout his life. Beyond academic subjects, Aristotle introduced Alexander to the great works of literature, fostering a particular love for Homeric tales, especially the Iliad. Alexander was so inspired by these epic stories of heroism and leadership that he reportedly carried a copy of the Iliad with him on his campaigns, using it as a guide to shape his own vision of leadership and heroism. Even as a boy, Alexander showcased remarkable discipline and ambition that set him apart from his peers. Under the guidance of his father, King Philip II, and his tutor, the legendary philosopher Aristotle, he received an education that combined rigorous military training with studies in philosophy, science, and politics. Training in warfare and mastering the art of diplomacy from a young age, he developed the skills and vision that would define his legacy. As he grew, he transformed into a powerful and charismatic leader, one who would soon inherit not just a kingdom, but a world of possibilities and challenges, ready to shape history on an unprecedented scale. In 336 BCE, tragedy struck Macedonia when King Philip II was assassinated during a celebratory event, leaving the kingdom in a state of shock and uncertainty. His son, Alexander, just 20 years old at the time, swiftly seized the throne amid doubts and challenges to his authority. Many questioned whether someone so young could successfully lead a powerful and ambitious kingdom. However, Alexander wasted no time in proving himself. Drawing upon the solid foundation of military and political reforms laid by his father, he began to consolidate his power and plan an ambitious campaign. With unmatched determination and vision, Alexander set out to achieve something unprecedented: dominate the known world and unite it under his rule, igniting an era that would cement his legacy as one of history's greatest conquerors. Alexander's military campaigns were nothing short of extraordinary, showcasing his brilliance as a commander and strategist. He decisively crushed the Persian Empire, led by King Darius III, in a series of pivotal battles that reshaped the ancient world. One of the most famous of these was the Battle of Issus in 333 BCE, where Alexander's tactical genius allowed his smaller force to overcome the vast Persian army. Central to his success was the phalanx, the core formation of his army, which was a strategic masterpiece. This tightly knit formation of disciplined infantry ensured unity, strength, and adaptability, even in the chaos of battle. With this innovative approach, Alexander not only secured victory, but also laid the foundation for what would become one of the largest empires in history. Perhaps one of his most ambitious acts was the founding of Alexandria in Egypt, a city named in his honor. Established in 331 BCE, it was carefully positioned on the Mediterranean coast to serve as a hub of trade and strategic control. Beyond its practical importance, Alexandria grew into a beacon of culture and knowledge, home to the legendary Library of Alexandria and the famed lighthouse, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It symbolized Alexander's vision to unite the diverse peoples of his empire through the exchange of ideas, art, and innovation. leaving a legacy that would influence civilizations for centuries. Alexander wasn't just a ruler, he was a warrior at heart and one of history's greatest military strategists. Known for his unshakable charisma and unmatched bravery, he always led from the front lines, earning the unwavering loyalty and admiration of his men. His tactics were nothing short of revolutionary, demonstrating a remarkable ability to adapt to both the enemy and the terrain. His army's signature formation, the phalanx armed with lengthy sarissa spears, provided a near impenetrable wall of defense. This was expertly complemented by his highly skilled cavalry, which he used to outflank and overwhelm opponents. Through a combination of brilliant strategy, fearless leadership, and relentless determination, Alexander forged an empire that stretched from Greece to India, cementing his legacy as one of history's most iconic conquerors. In one of his most daring and ambitious campaigns, Alexander the Great led his army into the heart of India, overcoming treacherous terrain, monsoon rains, and fierce resistance. His forces clashed with King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes River in 326 BCE, a confrontation marked by Porus's use of war elephants and the skillful tactics of Alexander's troops. After a hard-fought victory, Alexander's admiration for Porus led him to reinstate him as a regional ruler under his empire. However, this campaign also marked the beginning of the end for Alexander's conquests, as it revealed the limits of his domain. His soldiers, exhausted from years of relentless campaigning and far from home, longed to return to their families, forcing Alexander to abandon his plans for further eastward expansion. Beyond the sword, Alexander's conquests shaped the world he left behind in profound ways. Through his ambitious campaigns, he not only expanded his empire, but also facilitated the spread of Hellenistic culture far beyond the Greek borders. This cultural diffusion influenced art, language, architecture, and science, blending Greek traditions with those of Persia, Egypt, and India. Cities he founded, like Alexandria in Egypt, became thriving centers of learning and innovation, ensuring that his legacy endured for centuries and left an indelible mark on the ancient world. He encouraged cultural exchange, laying the groundwork for what historians now call the Hellenistic era, a remarkable period when Greek ideas and practices merged with the rich traditions of Persia, Egypt, and India. This blending of cultures led to advancements in art, science, philosophy, and architecture, creating a legacy that shaped civilizations for centuries. His dream of a connected, unified world may not have been fully realized during his lifetime, but its echoes reverberate through time, influencing the development of global culture and fostering a spirit of collaboration across diverse societies. In 323 BCE, at the age of 32, Alexander the Great passed away in Babylon under mysterious circumstances, leaving historians and scholars to speculate about the cause of his untimely death, ranging from fever and poisoning to natural illness. By the time of his passing, Alexander had carved out one of the largest empires in history, stretching from Greece to Egypt and deep into Asia. Despite his sudden death, his legend was already immortal. Though his empire fragmented among his generals, known as the Diadochi, his vision of cultural integration and the spread of Hellenistic influence endured, shaping the course of history for centuries to come. Historians and leaders throughout history have looked to Alexander the Great for inspiration, captivated by his extraordinary achievements and tactical brilliance. Figures like Julius Caesar, Napoleon Bonaparte, and countless military strategists studied his campaigns extensively, seeking to understand the art of leadership, strategic planning, and conquest. His ability to unite vast territories, inspire unwavering loyalty among his troops, and innovate on the battlefield has made him a timeless figure of admiration and study in both political and military spheres. Every great leader is shaped by those closest to him, and Alexander the Great was no exception. His inner circle was a unique blend of loyal allies, brilliant strategists, and complex relationships that helped define his legendary conquests. Figures like Hephaestion, his closest friend and confidant, played a pivotal role in his life, standing by his side through every battle and sharing in both his triumphs and trials. Their bond has sparked countless stories of unwavering loyalty and deep affection, with many historians regarding Hephaestion as the one person Alexander trusted implicitly. Alongside Hephaestion were generals and advisors who brought their own strengths to Alexander's campaigns, each contributing to the empire that reshaped the ancient world forever. But loyalty often contrasted with conflict in Alexander the Great's inner circle. Generals such as Parmenion and Cletus the Black were instrumental in his military successes, contributing significantly to his campaigns and victories. However, their relationships with Alexander were far from straightforward, often marked by tension and power struggles. These complexities sometimes led to betrayal and even tragedy, as seen in the shocking murder of Cletus during a heated argument, when Alexander, in a fit of rage, struck down the very man who had once saved his life in battle. This tragic event underscored the volatile dynamics within Alexander's leadership and the fine line between loyalty and discord in his court. Ruling an empire that spanned continents came with immense challenges, testing both strategy and leadership. Revolts frequently flared across conquered regions, fueled by resentment toward foreign rule and cultural impositions. Unrest among his own ranks, whether due to exhaustion from relentless campaigns or disputes over spoils, threatened to undermine his authority. From the revolt of Thebes, where the city rose against his forces and had to be subdued with decisive action, to the fierce resistance of the mountain tribes in Bactria, who employed guerrilla tactics to defy his control, rebellion was a constant test of his resolve. Each uprising demanded not only military strength, but also calculated diplomacy to secure the fragile unity of his vast empire. But Alexander's resolve was unbreakable. Not just a military genius, he was a master strategist who understood the art of leadership beyond the battlefield. He knew when to crush rebellion with decisive action and when to extend generosity to win loyalty. This delicate balance of strength and diplomacy ensured the cohesion of his vast empire, even in the face of dissent, allowing him to unify diverse cultures and maintain control over conquered territories. His ability to adapt and lead with both power and tact cemented his legacy as one of history's greatest rulers. Alexander's ambitions went far beyond mere conquest and territorial expansion. His vision was to create a unified world, blending the diverse cultures of his vast empire, Greeks, Persians, Egyptians, and Indians, into one unparalleled civilization. To achieve this, he adopted Persian customs to foster integration, dressed in Persian attire, and even participated in their court ceremonies to show respect for their traditions. He married Roxana, a noblewoman from Bactria, symbolizing his commitment to cultural unity, and encouraged his soldiers to also marry women from the regions they conquered. These intermarriages were part of his broader strategy to break down barriers between peoples, creating a shared identity that transcended traditional ethnic and cultural divides. Though his ideas were met with resistance from both Greeks, who clung to their independence, and Persians, who resisted foreign domination, Alexander's vision for a unified world was revolutionary. He sought to merge cultures, promote mutual understanding, and create a vast empire where people of different backgrounds could coexist. This ambitious vision, though not fully realized during his lifetime, laid a philosophical framework that influenced political thought and cultural integration for centuries to come. Throughout history, Alexander wasn't just remembered as a king or a conqueror. He became a symbol of ambition, courage, and greatness, with myths and legends surrounding him, elevating him to near-divine status. Many believed he was the son of Zeus, destined for unmatched glory and greatness. His extraordinary feats began in his youth, such as taming the seemingly untamable horse Bucephalus, a moment that showcased his intelligence and determination. Later, his bold act of cutting the unbreakable Gordian knot, which legend said would grant dominion over Asia, further solidified his reputation as someone who defied limits and embraced destiny. These stories, woven into his legacy, ensured he was remembered not just as a historical figure, but as a timeless legend. These stories transcended borders and cultures, spreading far and wide and taking on new forms in different societies. Versions of Alexander's life appeared in Greek, Persian, Roman, and even Eastern traditions, each adapting his tale to fit their own cultural narratives and values. To some, he was regarded as almost a god, a figure of divine strength and unparalleled heroism. To others, he became a symbol of ultimate power, relentless ambition, and the idea of conquering the unconquerable. His legacy evolved into a blend of myth and history, resonating across generations and leaving an indelible mark on global storytelling. Alexander's success wasn't just due to his unmatched courage, it was rooted in his tactical brilliance and innovative strategies. At the heart of his military dominance was the Macedonian phalanx, a tightly organized formation armed with the fearsome sarissa spear, a weapon nearly twice the length of a traditional spear, giving his soldiers a significant reach advantage. This formation created an impenetrable wall of spearheads, overwhelming enemy forces with precision and discipline. However, Alexander's real genius lay in his mastery of combined arms warfare. He seamlessly integrated infantry, cavalry, and siege tactics into a unified force, ensuring that each element supported the others on the battlefield. His cavalry, led by the elite companion cavalry, delivered devastating charges to exploit weaknesses, while his infantry held strong and his engineers devised innovative siege techniques to conquer even the most impregnable cities. These strategies not only secured his victories, but also forever redefined the art of war, leaving a legacy studied by military leaders for centuries. Even today, modern militaries study the ingenuity of Alexander's maneuvers, analyzing his ability to outthink and outmaneuver his enemies on the battlefield. His tactics, from the use of the phalanx to his brilliant flanking strategies, showcase a legacy of strategy that remains as timeless and influential as his name. Leadership for Alexander extended beyond the battlefield, shaping him into one of history's most iconic figures. His unmatched charisma inspired unwavering loyalty and devotion from his troops, who followed him into the most grueling challenges and against unimaginable odds. Alexander not only commanded respect, but earned it by sharing in the hardships of his men, whether eating the same meals, enduring the same conditions, or leading from the front lines in the heat of battle. His ability to connect personally with his soldiers, while also displaying boldness and strategic brilliance, solidified his reputation as the embodiment of a true leader who led by example. Though his temper could at times betray him, leading to moments of frustration or conflict, his ability to inspire courage and camaraderie among his men was unparalleled. He had a unique gift for rallying his troops, instilling in them a sense of purpose and unity, even in the face of overwhelming odds, earning their unwavering loyalty and respect. Generations of leaders have drawn profound inspiration from Alexander the Great, whose legacy remains unparalleled in history. Julius Caesar, upon seeing his statue, is said to have shed tears, lamenting the lack of great deeds in his own life compared to Alexander's extraordinary conquests. Napoleon Bonaparte, too, studied Alexander's campaigns meticulously, adapting his strategies to forge his own path as one of history's most renowned military leaders. Even today, Alexander's tactics continue to influence modern military doctrine, showcasing the timeless relevance of his brilliance. His enduring impact extends beyond the battlefield, inspiring leaders across politics, culture, and history for over 2 millennia. The Macedonian king's accomplishments became a benchmark for greatness, setting a standard that echoed through history. His unparalleled military conquests and visionary leadership challenged every ruler and commander who came after him to rival his enduring legacy, both on the battlefield and in the annals of time. 2,000 years after his death, the legacy of Alexander the Great remains a fascinating subject of intrigue and debate. Known for creating one of the largest empires in history, his life and actions continue to captivate historians and scholars alike. Was he a visionary hero who sought to unite the known world through cultural exchange and shared governance, or a ruthless and opportunistic conqueror driven solely by unrelenting ambition? His campaigns stretched from Greece to Egypt and as far as India, leaving a lasting impact on the regions he ruled. Yet, scholars still grapple with the question of whether his dream of universal harmony, embodied in his efforts to merge cultures and spread Hellenistic ideals, justified the violence, destruction, and loss of life caused by his conquests. The duality of his character ensures that Alexander's story remains as compelling and complex as ever. Alexander leaves us with hard questions, a mirror reflecting the dualities of power, ambition, and vision. Was he a conqueror driven by personal glory, or a visionary striving to unite cultures? His story forces us to grapple with the complexities of leadership and legacy, Yet, with every debate and every interpretation, his legend only grows stronger, standing as a timeless symbol of both greatness and human contradiction. The story of Alexander the Great isn't just about battles or conquest, it's about a vision for unity, for discovery, and for greatness. It reminds us that a single leader can change the course of history. Want to explore more legends that shaped history? Subscribe to our channel and join the expedition into the epic tales of our past.